Welcome back to the Ice Cube Curling Center here in Sochi, Russia. This is the World Junior Curling Championships, last draw of the women's round robin. My name is Sander Ulvag. I'm joined by the mesmerizingly beautiful Sara Karlsson.
So happy to be joining you, Sander. You're not so bad yourself.
Our future game here will be between Denmark and the Czech Republic. A must win for Denmark if they want to make it to the playoffs. And the Czechs would certainly like to win to avoid a tiebreaker situation. Scotland's through. Japan looks to be through as well to the 1-2 page. You'll see Denmark in 4-4 need to win here, while Russia will hope for them to lose. And Sweden also at 4-4. They will be hoping to win their game against Switzerland to make it into a tiebreaker situation. Switzerland's out of the game, so is USA, Canada and Norway. Lineup for Denmark: lead Charlotte Clemensen, second Isabella Clemensen, third Janni Gundry, and skip Stephanie Risdal, alternate Julie Hög, and team coach Helena Blach Larsen.
Here you see the lineup for Czech Republic. Alzbeta Bajdusova playing lead, Klara Svatonyova second, Susanna Haikova third and also skipping, and Iveta Janatova is fourth. Petra Vinceva is their alternate and Karel Kubeška is their team coach. We are honoring Japan here this evening. So in a little while we're just gonna listen into the Japanese national anthem.
Kimigayo is the name of Japan's national anthem. It means His Majesty's reign. It's also one of the world's shortest national anthems currently in use. But our future game will be between Denmark and the Czech Republic. We'll see the stone colors. Denmark will be throwing the red, the Czechs the yellow, while Stephanie Risdal drew the pin. It was Czech Janatova to just make to the top of the four. Denmark has hammer. So I think we're pretty close to get it started here.
Yes, such an important game, and I think, well, Czech Republic getting silver here. Yesterday they must be feeling a little bit of pressure. They seemed very determined before the game.
Yesterday?
Last year.
Last year, yeah.
I did so long without messing up.
Yeah, the Czechs played Hannah Fleming's team of Scotland in the final in Östersund last year. Hannah Fleming, I think she had a nose hit for the win in the end. Here is Alzbeta Bajdusova, lead for the Czech Republic.
So they said that whatever Denmark did, they were going to try and do it a little bit better. Denmark said that they were going to be really offensive. So hoping for a lot of stones in play here. Czech Republic starting off with a center guard. Charlotte Clemensen playing lead for Denmark. Really good result for them though, just came out of the European qualifiers and now actually have a chance to make playoffs. Well, break on the guard, but won't push it into the house, so just blitz them a little bit.
So we didn't see Elzbieta in our previous stream game of the Czech Republic when they played against Canada. She's been off the ice for 2 games this week against Scotland and Canada. They lost both games though, so maybe it's a good thing she's coming on for this important game.
Well, she's certainly starting off nicely.
Yeah, they have a 5-1 record with her on the ice, actually.
See, leads are so important.
Team stats overall. Denmark certainly played a lot more aggressive than most teams here this week. That's probably why they're starting so low. They'll get a lot of tougher shots, and you know, the day you make them, you're going to win big. The day you just aren't on fire, you're going to have a hard time with aggressive tactics. So they've been a bit up and down. But remember, they qualified through the European Challenge in Prague just very early January, and they have certainly been impressive.
So here you see second player for Czech Republic, Klára Svatoniová. They are sitting 1 at the moment, and there's a whole bunch of guards already, so looking to draw in the other side behind a couple of red ones, and with them being close to the house, maybe Denmark will go for a run back if this comes in. Looks a little bit short team effort here. Brings it into the house, and they're actually sitting 3. Top yellow was in as well.
Isabella Clemensen. I wonder if they're just looking for the straight tap on the center line stone here. Let's get a good line on it. Just too heavy, and we'll punch it all the way to the back of the 12. Is that a common mistake, Sarah? You put too much weight on the taps?
Yeah, I think it is quite a common mistake, and especially on ice like this, your stones are going to go pretty far if you tap them, so no need to throw more than your regular draw weight, really.
Yeah, stones are quite lively. They won't lose too much energy. They will pretty much go as far as your shooter would have. Maybe something that's a bit new to teams out here. Usually stones are a bit more dull in curling rinks, where they maybe been in quite the use for many, many years.
So same shot here for Svatoniová, and she gets the tap very nicely there.
Yep, and again they will sit 3. Well, they'll sit two, actually. We just can't see that red one at the back.
So run back here from Clemenson. Comes up tight. We'll get one into the ring, but it's Czech Republic still sitting two. Susanna Haikova skips the Czech team and also plays third.
Again, you'll just see a tap with a bit too much weight, and with a bit more communication, they would maybe be able to tap it straight to the red one. Although I do think it's out counting that one at the back, and I do think the Czechs are lying three. So quite the aggressive end here already in the first. Just what we expected as we take a look at Yanni Gundry. Her first shot here, looking for the hit and roll, and does that quite nicely. Rolls for second.
And in a good spot too.
Yeah, might just be able to raise that one later on, but the Czechs are now being able to draw to the forfeit to lie two. Maybe just roll a bit too far there. It'd be nice to line up the Reds. They certainly have to run something back here, open things up.
Looking for the draw in behind here. If you're curious, Chucky means that the stone needs to curl. Seems to be coming down now though. It seems like a bit of a communication miss there from Czech Republic, or maybe they just didn't really see when the stone started to break and it'll come up short.
So they're going to run this guard back here onto their own red stone. Hopefully spill the yellow. Ah, super shot. Runs it back and for sure lies one, maybe even two. Yeah, I think you just might have to draw here. If you blast the reds, I think Denmark will be lying 1 with a chance to draw for 2. And if you could come around here, it would be really good. Oh, those red stones are so checked, there's no chance of running them back again. Even the yellow one's a bit, I wouldn't say corner freeze, but just...
if you get over-buried, you won't be able to play a double.
Yeah, I don't think so. But it's pretty tight to the house though, so maybe not that easy.
It will be easier for Janatova coming around here though than Haikova. Haikova being left-handed. And here she is, Iveta Janatova. Really, we've seen her making a lot of good shots for the Czech team.
Oh. Gets by the guard. Don't want to drag it too deep here. T-line. Very nice draw. And that's her forte, really. Her draw play is just spectacular.
Den sætter sgu dernede. Jeg kan ikke få den her på indersiden. Så den der gule sætter sig derned. Men jeg er jo nødt til at få åbnet op. Du behøver ikke, altså, vi skal have den ud. Du skal helst stå lidt herover, men ikke for meget. Altså mere is, din køler. Mere. Men ja, 9. Nødt til at prøve at få åbnet op der. Klar på den gule, Lotte. Vær klar på den gule.
Ah, super run back. What a shot.
That's it.
Yeah, that was just about there and she made it perfect.
Yeah.
I wasn't sure if it was possible to catch a high there without ticking the red center guard, but certainly worked out well.
So no real choice now but for Janatova to play the same draw again, which will leave Denmark the same run back again, and they're already counting. This one looks heavier than the previous one.
Oh, if she can ever get this one out. Well, it's really tempting to try and get to the yellow one at the back. You got 4 stones in the house. She could play the same run back.
She could, or potentially maybe split the front stones, but being very sensible here. Denmark already have 2 and they're just going to draw for 3.
Oh, they are lying 2.
She said so.
Okay. Yeah, that's what I said even earlier.
You're too wise to even know it yourself.
Oh yes. No, certainly I would probably even draw for 2 here, but if you're already lying 2, no question about it, just play the draw for 3. Quite big, and in an important game as this, Stephanie Riesdahl made a beauty with her first. 8-foot draw here with her second. Looks to be in control, and I think it's three. And Haikova says so. Big score, 3 for Denmark. Their aggressive style paid off here.
Okay. Godt nok. Godt set. Ja, hvad var tiden på den? Og den dør i kølet, eller hvad? Den kølede egentlig meget. Okay. Ja, bare gør det klart. Jeg synes, vi skal ligge ned nu. Hold det sådan.
So Denmark off to a great start here in the final round robin game. If they can win this, they will definitely have tiebreakers, could make it to the playoffs. Also think that they have some family watching. Coach would like to say hello to her son, Tobias, and girls would like to say hi to their families as well. Thank you for tuning in. If you want to ask us any questions about the game, you can use Twitter, hashtag WJCC2013, or even our Facebook at World Junior Curling Championships. Post anything you like there to cheer on your girls. Here it's now Czech Republic that need to apply pressure on Denmark. Baudusova starting off with a corner guard.
So we're going to try and keep you updated on the other games as well. Sweden looking to win over Switzerland to secure a tiebreaker situation. They took 2 in the first, so they'll lead the game 2-0. Japan plays USA. They blanked the first end. And a battle of honor between Canada and Norway. Score there is 3-0 for Norway after picking up 3 in the first. Although I do believe Norway is relegated to the challenge for next year. Canada, they will keep their spot. But they would anyway. They're Canada.
Algebeta now here with a freeze. And some really good setup play by the Czech lead.
Just saw some Swedish fans there at the top. We had Pia Lindholm, many-time world champion, and also team coach of the Swedish Federation.
Well, yeah, he's the sport manager and national coach for both men and women. He will be joining us later in the game, I believe, to tell us about his experience here in Sochi.
So they will crash on the guard here. I guess the only upside is they've left the center as well.
Kom igen, Bella.
Yeah, but they're now guarding the yellow one a lot more than they were before.
Yeah, but I don't think Heiko still likes the center though. Looking to play a hit and roll here. Might even get the double here and roll. Maybe they just want to keep play away from the center line. Maybe feel that Denmark outplays them in that area of the sheet. Just want to split the rings and try and score their 2 or 3 that way. Super shot here, rolls to the wing. Big miss there. Yellow one will hang around, and there's 2 corner guards in play. Big chance for the Czechs now. Got to make sure not to waste this opportunity. First hurdle, the in-turn draw.
Yeah, and Svatonova is the one to make it.
And she's chipped on that hurdle.
Stop jinxing the players, Sander.
Again, we have a center guard, and I do believe Stephanie Riesdahl will come around it.
Det giver bare ingen mulighed for at drage rundt. Hvad kan I lide? Tænk!
So running a bit scared here, the Danes.
They did score 3 in the first end.
Yeah, maybe just want to be a bit more defensive. They will roll out. That's a big mistake. I think you might see the Czechs try and split the center guard here. Super nice if you just split the center. That's what they're looking at.
Yep. Sit 2. Create some good separation. Just going to come round the corner here. Maybe feel like they are afraid of leaving a double with playing the split, or maybe we just want to wait and do it later.
Well, I think even if you leave the double, we're going to have a hit and roll towards the corner guard, but you know.
come around, but sits behind T. Stephanie Riesdahl looking at the freeze. This is looking a bit hot, so they will need it to curl to stick on the yellow.
Kom igen, Janni.
And it'll just go straight through. So Haikova just looking for the exact same shot, basically. Would like to sit in front of the tee line this time. She could get two buried here. Denmark might be in some trouble right back. When that's not what she was looking for. With that being deep and also open, Denmark could either hit and roll or just freeze them away.
Det er typisk også. Altså. Men omvendt er det med mig også røv at stå sådan der. Plus den her sætter sig deri. Jeg skal næsten lige på. Ja. 12 bag. Så fejrer du alt, hvad du kan på den der. Vil du hellere spille hurtigere? Jeg aner bare ikke, hvordan den køler. Jeg har ikke tænkt mig at køle over. Nej. Jeg aner heller ikke, hvordan den køler til 12 bag. Hak. Tag den i god tid, Lotte. Lige på den der er fint. Et lille rul derovre, men ikke for meget, for så ligger de... Jeg har ikke rigtig lyst til at ligge ned på, for så ender med, at vi køler over, og så ligger de med de to der og ligger en mere ind. Hak. Lige på den forreste. Kommer vi til at ligge foran den anden.
So I think they've called the freeze here. Or maybe just a tap and roll as well. It's a bit more weight. Just looking at the ice, I do believe they're playing maybe a hack weight.
Sounds like it's pretty good.
I'm pretty sure they were looking to roll on top of the other yellow.
Yeah, that would have given them a better result, so I think so. This one is pretty open for the Czechs.
Det er gjort for alle andre, altså, fordi vi ikke tager den i god tid. Og så tænker man, nej, den skal lige nå at køle mere. Og med de der tør man ikke at vente, altså. Vi kan sagtens at vente.
this looks to be going straight through the hole.
They were lucky not to lose their own there. Although, might not really help them.
Altså, man skal for alt i verden være bedre end den der, Lotte. Altså, om vi så ligger der, fint. Men hun skal ikke have dobbelten herude, men den skal sgu være bedre end den der. Altså, hvis de råber kort, så skal den bare have uanset retning, okay? Ja.
Freestyle seems pretty determined.
Vi skal minimum i fuld 12, for hun ikke bare har en lige på til to.
Just got to make sure here to
Så skal vi fuld 12.
sit for second, first of all.
Det er der, jeg spiller til klappen på.
And second of all, you don't want to be too deep and leave a double for two.
Lotte, giv nu mere.
So if you're just in front of the tee line here, I think you're good. But it'd be really nice to come around the center. If even just half hidden, that'd be pretty nice. Top of the four. Will force Janatova to make a pretty decent shot to even score here. And if you could ever steal and be 4 points up after two, that would certainly be a big advantage. Last shot of the end for Stephanie Riesdahl. Big line. Just got to make sure it's not too deep. Looks like the sweepers are in control here. Just going to let it die. Top of the four, in behind cover. Super draw there by the Danish skip. And Janatova is facing two. Needs a piece of the wind foot.
Så giver det hende mere plads, så det er egentlig fint nok. Man kan sige, der er en...
Yeah, last stone of the second end. Janatova really needs to catch the button here to score one.
Oh, looking heavy here though. Sweepers backing off it. Will it come down enough? Looking pretty hot here. And it's going to slide all the way to the back. That's another steal for Denmark. A steal of two.
And it's going to be a 5-0 lead for the Danish girls after only two ends.
Ja. Men nu skal vi heller ikke i gang med noget. Så
Still a lot of curling to go, but
når der er 10 tilbage.
you gotta admit it's looking pretty good for Denmark right now.
Yeah, the Czechs need to do something about their game here. If they lose it here, they pretty much have to play a tiebreaker. That's the way I see it anyway.
Yeah, and to give you an update, Sweden's still 2 points ahead of Switzerland, who blanked the second end. Sarah McManus is right now looking to hit and sit two over there. Still, no one's scored yet between USA and Japan. And Canada got one back on Norway, so Norway now leading that game 3-1. But of course, the really exciting game here is between, well, Switzerland and Sweden. If Sweden wins that, they will get a tiebreaker.
God fart.
And
Lige den døde lidt i svinget der. Godt set.
Japan should be pretty safe.
So a couple of corner guards here for the Czechs. Now, I know we've seen the Danish team be aggressive and sometimes being able to execute those aggressive shots very well. Not sure if they're as good defensively. It'll be interesting to see how their peel game is. Basically have to peel guards for potentially 8 ends now.
Yeah, we're gonna find out how their defense is pretty soon. Won't really need to peel quite yet though, they just need to remove this. I think they're also looking to roll, sit in front of their own.
So wanted to catch the inside there. We'll hang around outside the house. That will sit for corner guard for the Czechs. And I wonder if straight draw here is called by Haikova. Good to see that they're not playing any takeouts, that's for sure.
Yep, they need all the stones around possible now to help them score at least 2.
You think you go all out here, or do you think you're a bit cautious for a few ends and see how things pan out? I mean, 5 down, you got 8 ends.
You've got 8 ends, but as you said, you're 5 down. You might not need to be ridiculously aggressive quite yet, but you need to make sure that you score more than 1.
That's 1 miss that the Czechs need.
Isabella Clemenson really not having a very good game so far. Some good line here.
Just gonna bounce off. And I think the yellow one is available for Gunby. So again, take out miss here, but at least gets rid of a guard.
So now Czech's gonna play the split, leave them with the 3 stones in the house and also open up to be able to reach the shot stone later.
At du drifter derover.
So not a bad result there. Sitting for second and third shot. But now that shot stone is accessible.
Vil du hellere have den herude? Min hånd, ikke 8!
So a much better result for Jenny Gundry with her second one. Gets a really nice roll. Denmark now sitting 2 in the front, in the forefoot, and even behind the guard. That guard though being check stone.
Altså 9 kan vi også klare, men vi kan ikke med 8. Altså, og heller ikke 7,5. Ja. Så hun er nødt til at komme tro på, at den ikke skal have så meget spark i. Og så, så er markerne med os. De spiller pissegodt. Vi skal bare lige have de der farter ned også på Jannis. Den var også ikke nu, den er god, men før 8,5. Og så får den også det der sving til sidst, men det gør de bare ikke. Altså, vi kan lige så godt være ærlige med det, altså.
And just over curls with that one.
Yeah, they were sitting 2 yellow in the house, and they're still sitting 2 yellows in the house. Might be hard to score big here. Lying second at the moment.
Eller smide en mere derind, men det er også bare ærgerligt at lægge en dobbelt op. Hvor meget har du af denne her? De kan sgu nemt få den. Altså, der er enten her, eller også så prøv den. Ellers skal vi rundt. Hånden har et hjørne, den er for den ud. Altså, I må sige, hvis I er uenige, hvis I kan lide noget af det andet. Vi ligger. Men jeg kan ikke... Jeg kan ikke blive liggende nærmest på den. Ja, ved du, hvor vi går ind og til en hak? Spiller en 10, hvad for noget? Ja.
So I don't really think Denmark will mind if they roll out with this one. They will be sitting 2 anyway.
Oh, will that hang on? Oh, yes, it will.
And is there also a possible double there?
I think it's a possible double. I'm just not sure if Janatova has quite the horsepower to make it, though. I think you have to start with a 1 here. And maybe hope for a miss from Riesdahl. So I'm just going to play the hit to lie 2 firstly.
Oh, but this one hanging wide. Janatova needs to stick around with this one.
That was a lot of weight. Just couldn't understand why they played that hard. Most important thing there was to stick around. I'm not sure why they're looking at the double here. Just play the nose hit on the shot stone, you'll be lying 2. You'll force Janatova to draw for 1. Maybe she's just concerned about over curling and tapping the yellow win in, leaving a draw for 3.
Yeah, I also think she's afraid of maybe rolling out and leaving them a hit for 3 here.
Men der er chance for at rulle af igen. Lige på. Er den derovre med, Lotte? Så kan hun skulle få 3, jo. Jo. Jo.
So Denmark going for the double here to try and force Czech Republic to 1. Or is there maybe a change of mind going on?
So they're looking for the double here, Clara?
Yes, they are.
Feeling like they'll only give away 2 by playing this one.
Well, if they get the double and they can sit 2, could only be giving away 1.
But she's going to jam it and leave a draw for 2. Chance for the Czechs to come back in the game here.
So take a look at this last stone of the 3rd end. Janatova drawing for 2. She needs full 8 foot.
I will take a look.
Yes, you will. It's your job.
Seems like they're in control here. And she's going to find the forfeit as usual. Janatova. Maybe not as steady with her draw in the 2nd end when they gave up a steal 2, but has improved here. And going to tighten up the score a wee bit. So I believe we have a visitor, Sarah.
Yeah, once again, and this time we're going to be joined by another Swede.
Jeg ved det godt, Janne, men det er pisse svære beslutninger hele tiden, og I står også og glor. Så må I sige, vi tager den. Ja, kom, vi er op med 3-4. Ja, men vi er altså også med på tiden, sådan, så take it easy. Ja, det ved jeg godt, men spil lige pænt, altså alligevel.
So, Peja Lindholm, welcome to our show.
Thank you, Sarah.
Would you like to start off by maybe introducing yourself to the viewers?
Yeah, I'm Peja Lindholm, the national coach for Sweden men and women, also the sports manager, and I'm here to watch for the Olympics. So I'm not really here for the World Juniors, and I'm not involved with the juniors. But of course, my heart is with the Swedish teams, that's for sure.
So I guess you were watching the game this morning then, between Russia and Norway?
Yeah.
And Swedish boys, as you know it, they are in the playoffs. So you said that you were here watching for the Olympics. What have you seen so far?
I've been seeing a great venue, and I know the players here are really happy about the conditions for the players, and I'm very confident going here for the Olympics, and that all the players have really good conditions about rocks and ice, and that's the most important thing.
So rocks and ice being the most important, what else will you be looking for when you're here?
Well, like security, transportation and stuff like that, so I can prepare our players what to expect, so they can start to prepare for that mentally, and so they know what to expect, and mentally they are ready. Therefore they can put their energy on the right thing, and that is make sure to perform well on the ice.
So is there anything that you've been missing that you would like to see them do differently for the Olympics?
No, just small things. For example, the gym here for the players at the arena is it's great to have a gym, but maybe you don't need the weightlifting machines. Instead, it's more important to have the bicycles and maybe one or few treadmills, because you're not gonna get bigger muscles when you're here. It's more important to get warm, so your body are ready for the game. And we also know that the big gym will be in the Olympic Village, and since we don't have an Olympic Village right now, then we can check that. So just small stuff like that.
So there have been other people here watching, some Canadians amongst others. Do you think you're looking for the same things? Is there anything that's different between the countries that Swedes might be looking for and Canadians are not looking for, or
No,
is it pretty much the same?
Pretty much the same, I would say. It may be a question of how each coach, a national coach or individual, would like to check before. But I was on the tour with, it was just me and Canada, but Canada, they had 4 people here. And we were asking, we were curious about the same things, and both of us were very, very happy. And it's not like we're trying to hide things from each other. It's more like, okay, let's do this together, and how can we improve everything with our players in the focus.
Yeah, so are you actually cooperating a bit with the other countries?
Yeah, and it's like the countries that have national coaches, we're traveling a lot, so we know each other really, really good. So we don't see each other as enemies. We see each other as friends, and we're trying to do everything we can to help each other, and our job is here for the players.
Do you think that's kind of unique for curling, or do other sports do that as well? Actually help each other out across the borders?
The bigger a sport is, and then they have more resources, then I believe they can see each other more like enemies and trying to protect what they have. I mean, it can be, they can invest a lot of money in technical equipment and stuff like that, and of course they would like to cover that up so their opponents can't get any benefits from it. But here, I mean, it's not for certain that every country can send people over here. So the Swedish Olympic Committee, they put me here. And then we need to help each other. So the smaller the sport is, the easier the cooperation is between the countries.
Yeah, and you've obviously had a lot of experience also as a player. What have you seen, if we're back to World Juniors? What are your thoughts on the Swedish teams so far?
very, very good, and of course the teams are nervous. I'm not just talking about the Swedish teams, but I'm talking about all of them, and you can really see that. But the longer the week goes on, then the more confident the players are, and especially the Swedish teams, I would say, are a lot more confident. Just our girls, for example, they had a really tough start, but now when they got their first win, they were a lot more relaxed, and now they are really confident, I would say.
And looking at this game, have you been watching it? Denmark, Czech Republic.
To be honest, not much. Just some a few shots, though.
Yeah, Denmark, as we said, just qualified out of the European qualifiers, and they're looking pretty good to get a tiebreaker here. What do you think that would mean to them?
I like their attitude. I've been talking with that team earlier, and I think they have the right attitude to have a great development over the next coming years. So with the right attitude, then I wish they will have some success also.
Yeah, Denmark being 3 points up with hammer here on Czech Republic. Czech girls are now sitting shot though, and we have seen Denmark with some really good aggressive play. However, this is supposed to be a defensive end, and still a lot of stones in play. What do you think Denmark should do here? As Czech Republic are going to put up a guard, obviously.
Yeah, I must say I was surprised that there was so much rocks in play. I heard some talk about this game before, and I expected a lot more cleaner game, I would say.
Yeah, we're just going to see Haikova coming down with a guard here, and then they might even be looking quite good to steal this fourth end, bring the game a little bit closer. This game, of course, going to be it's really important for both teams if they want to make playoffs or tiebreakers. What's going on then in their heads right now?
I would say a lot, and I can feel this after and before games when I hear the teams that I'm not used to hear that kind of talk for the men's and the women's. And it's because of lack of experience, I would say, and they are very open that they are really nervous. You don't hear that in the men's and the ladies. And some of the players, you can see that they can't really cope with it, but a few of them really can. You have some good examples. Look, the Scottish girls, for example. You can see that they are experienced, and they are thinking more like a ladies team, like rather than a girls team.
Would you say that's maybe something different with like the Canadian girls team that are there here? Like a lot of the European teams, they won't have that many junior teams to play, so they will just play the ladies league.
Yeah, I'm surprised about the Canadian girls because, of course, they are young, but still, they are from a great curling country, and they must have been playing outstanding to win a berth in this one. And therefore, I'm surprised that they haven't performed that well. And I haven't watched them that closely, so I can't really say what's going on. But what I can see is that they are not really comfortable out there, and it's tough for them to make the decisions, and sometimes when they're calling the decisions, maybe they shouldn't do that.
Oh, so a run back attempt there from Denmark, and it's actually just going to leave another guard up, so still looking pretty good for Czech Republic as we're now down to fourth players. Iveta Janatova just gonna keep guarding here. Yeah. So you also have some experience as a coach. What would you say to the girls before a game like this?
Just make sure to focus on every shot. It's so easy to start to think about. I can hear also on in the stands after draw, if that will happen in the next draw, then we'll have this situation. And hey, stop. Just focus. What can you control yourself? Okay, you can control your own performance. okay, let's do that. How many ends are we gonna play? We know we're gonna play 10 or 11 ends. Okay, take that as 10 or 11 small games, and every small game have some shots, and then you have all the details to be like a big in focus for the next player, and that's how it should be done, especially when you're getting nervous. Then you shouldn't think in many details, so just focus for, okay, my skip has the brush there, okay, do I believe in that dice? Okay, I do that. Okay, how's the weight? Talk with your sweepers. Those are the only two things you need to be concerned about, and once you're happy with that, just go out and deliver.
How much do you actually, when you're out with the Swedish team, obviously they will have their own coaches and you're the kind of head coach for them, how much coaching will you actually do with the teams, or what do you do when you're out on championships?
Yeah, my role is different depending on which team it is. I'll always start with a pre-meeting with the team coach and with the spare player, and then I have a list that I show to them, and okay, here's all the things that we're gonna take care of, who's gonna do what, and that can be like team talks, buying fruits to the game, handling media and stuff like that. So therefore I have different tasks for the teams, but of course I'm not there really that close to the teams doing the tactical stuff and like that. That's up to the team coach.
Thank you. Just a little pass there. That was a really good shot by the Danish skip Stephanie Riesdahl. Now sitting 2 after that pretty perfect draw and a bit of a tap. Do you think it's possible for Czech Republic to get a shot thrown in here?
Yeah, they have a chance, but now it's getting tough for them, and Denmark knows that the Czech Republic they are close to go all in now, so they have to. Denmark has to be perform pretty good on their shots, not very good, but make sure to play them easy, because the longer the game goes, the tougher it's gonna be for the Czech Republic, and this is a key shot.
One line looks really good here. Sweepers just need to drag it all the way down. Oh, and such a nice shot by Janatova. Wants it for shot, but gets there for second, and I don't think she could really have played it any better.
No, that was a great shot, and I see as a Danish team here, they're talking about going on an out-turn draw, and I'm surprised. I believe they had it to take it away. But okay, so who's having shot here? Is it
Denmark
is having one? Oh, sorry.
They just want to draw and potentially score 2.
Yeah.
So Denmark at least scoring 1 here in the 4th. Do you see a way for Czech Republic to getting back in the game?
Well, yeah, because as we were talking about earlier about the lack of experience can be an enemy sometimes, and that is Denmark's enemy right now. But if Denmark can cope with the feelings, I would say that can be the game.
So we're just going to see the last stone here of the 4th end. Stephanie Riesdahl with a draw to the button. Sweepers on it now.
Looks narrow.
And will wreck on the top yellow. Still though, Denmark to score 1, taking this game to 6 shots to 2. And Peja, thank you so much for joining us. Hope you enjoy the rest of your stay here in Sochi.
Thank you, Sarah. It's great to be here.
Så du er nødt til at lade mig komme i gang med spillet. Jeg skal nok skyde på, hvad der rører sig, men skide godt spillet.
So Sander, welcome back.
Thank you.
Missed you as always.
Yeah, I thought that we couldn't have two Swedes on the comm chat at the same time for too long.
No, it's lucky you came back.
Maybe a bit too much biased, especially since Denmark's playing. I'm not sure if there's any special rivalry between Sweden and Denmark, is there?
Not really like it is between, well, Sweden and Norway, so you and me.
Okay. So we can battle it out between ourselves here on the bench while...
I wouldn't try that if I were you. So 6 shots to 2 going into the 5th end here. So I'm going to see if Denmark can pick up their defense.
Well, the Czechs have been able to do exactly what they were supposed to. Take 2. Force Denmark to take their 1. Now they have last one again. And they're just going to look to do the same. Maybe even score 3. Or 8. Whatever.
8 would be good, probably. Well, they have been given opportunities, so 3 is not impossible. So we're just going to keep updating you as well. Sweden is leading the game against Switzerland, 4 shots to 2. They will also have hammer in the 6th end. Canada is coming back on Norway. They're now leading that game 4 shots to 3. And finally a very tight game between Japan and USA, currently at 1 each. And Isabella Clemensen just needs to take a deep breath and find her way back into this game. Gets rid of the guards there, so definitely a bit of a rebounds for her.
Det må du gerne lige holde øje med, Janni.
And now Clemensen need to repeat taking the guard off. She'll do it once again. That'll improve her numbers a bit.
Bare ned og gør klar.
So leaves the guard up here. And every guard is the Czech Republic's friend at this point. Should be able to come down onto the red one, tap it back. Maybe get to the inside. Taking a lot of ice though. Heiko with her out turn, being left-handed.
Comes up nicely there. Problem for them though when freezing onto a stone that's in front of the tee line is that Denmark's going to guard now.
Yeah, and you don't really have a good angle either. It's going to be hard to remove the red in the end, I think. And will actually improve the freeze for the Czechs here. Three shots to go for the Czechs. Need to figure out how to score two here.
A myslíš, že když to budeme brát tudy? Budu brát tady desítkou. Ligger med 2 lige om lidt. Tak vyroluju se. Vyroluješ. A tohle se ti nelíbí. Kolik je vidět? Aha. No, to je nic. Tak to ne. No tak co ten rozstup? Tak otevří gard. Nebo gard. Asi otevřeme gard, ne?
So looking a bit tricky for the Czechs here. How do you score your deuce? They're actually just going to peel the guard. Normally you don't really like peeling guards when you're down by 4 shots, but might not have a choice here.
Jeg kigger den af her på midten, så har hun den der. Det er selvfølgelig kun til 1. Så helt forbi, og så får hun den der.
Heiko will peel the guard.
Ja. Jeg kan ikke få den ud.
Question is though, is that going to help them?
Dernede, så laver hun dobbelt. Garden. Det tvinger hende til at lave noget svært.
Yep, Denmark going to replace the guard. Stephanie Riesdahl thinking that it's the best way to leave them with a difficult shot.
That might not be too bad, actually.
tror jeg ikke.
Well, if
Well,
Czech Republic just notices this or gets a little roll,
yeah, that's true.
she'll get the double with 2 stones in play, and a little bit difficult for Denmark to remove both of them, so they might just get a shot for 2.
I didn't think far enough ahead, Sarah.
Don't worry, you'll catch on.
No, it'd be really nice for Yanatova to play the nose hit here.
Yeah, if she's lucky, it could be a jam right back, or Denmark might guard again, and she might have a shot for 3.
I'm going to be a bit crazy here and say if she makes the shot, she'll score 2 for sure. Want to sit right in front of their own yellow. But they won't. And
Oh, but they will hang around for 3rd shot.
yeah, not too bad then.
Should leave them an opportunity to score 2.
Skyder jeg bare her, så skyder hun der og har 2. Kan du se det? Jeg får ikke noget at skyde på den, så skyder hun der og har 2. Hun skal bare stå lige på. Men alt det der er ikke perfekt, så er det... Og den skal sgu derud. Gerne ligge med et skråt her. Det er okay. Den skal ikke herover. Så får hun den ud og ligger med 3. Lige på eller skråt der.
That's not good. Talking about the corner freeze.
Jeg kan ikke skyde på den, så har hun 2 lige på der.
I think they're playing the guard, hopefully. I guess that was the option B, but I think if you corner freeze it, it's going to pretty much be a nose hit for 2 or 3.
Yeah, you could play it safe and just remove the yellow on the winger there.
Yeah, I don't think she wants to give up a 2 that easy. Believe she's playing for a center guard here. But no, looking to come all the way down to it.
Gonna need the perfect angle here.
Yeah. And that's not it.
What was the perfect angle, Sander?
Being in front of the house.
Yeah, she never heard you.
Well, let's take a look. Should be able to score 2 here.
I think you might want to do it the other way.
For sure, want to catch the high side to the left side as we see it.
I don't really know why they're looking at the other side.
It's basically a heavy nose hit. You probably spell your yellow, but you're set for a second. Sorry, you'll set for shot and you'll have the winger. You'll score 2. Okay, so she's playing the end turn. Hopefully, she'll be looking to cross the nose just a wee bit.
No, I think they pointed at the other side, but I'm not really sure what they hope to achieve with playing that.
Is there a jam we're not seeing, maybe?
No.
I don't understand curling anymore.
No, Czechs just totally miscalculated what was going to happen there, and it's going to be another steal for Denmark.
Please contact us on Twitter or Facebook if there wasn't a, if you feel that there wasn't a nose hit for 2 there.
Or if you have any other questions or comments, Twitter, just use hashtag WJCC2013. You can also find us on Facebook, World Junior Curling Championships, as that was the 5th end. Players will have a short break. You see the scoreboard there. Denmark 7, Czech Republic 2. Players will have a short break. We will be back in a few minutes with the highlights from the first 5 ends. So stay tuned for that and also the rest of the game.
Let's take a look at some of the highlights here from the first 5 ends. Stephanie Dahl is left with the outturn draw here to score 3. Seems to be in perfect control. No problem. And it's a score of 3. Second end, Yanatova faced with a 1 foot draw to score 1. Denmark lying 2 at the moment. Looks to be a bit heavy. And it's going to slide past both reds. Steal of 2 for Denmark and a 5-point lead.
Yeah, so third end, again with a draw, and this time for 2. Yanatova picking up her draw weight. No mistakes this time. Goes past the red, finds the 4 foot, and a score of 2 for Czech Republic. Again, fourth end. This time it's Denmark sitting shot just on top of the button, and here's a draw to try and get another one in there. It's going to be really tight, but she'll wreck on the top yellow. Denmark scores 1.
Fifth end, last shot for Yanatova. Czech girls totally oblivious to the shot that should have been called for 2. Ends up giving up 1 instead.
Yeah, so score after 5 ends. 7 shots to 2 lead for Denmark, and they are really starting to feel like this game is in their pockets. Of course, if they win, they will be guaranteed a tiebreaker for playoffs. Could actually end up with 4 teams with 5 wins. Russia on 5 wins already, Czech Republic on 5 wins, Denmark looking very strong to pick up their 5th, and Sweden is playing Switzerland at the moment, still leading that game with 2 shots, and they have Hammer in the 6th.
Yeah, 4-way tie would be certainly the worst case scenario for some, and best case scenario for some others. I know the Scottish girls are just hoping for all the teams to tire out before the playoffs.
Yeah, of course. They finished top of the board with 8 wins and just a 1 loss coming to Japan. But quite often, when you know that you won the round robin, you're a bit tired. That last game can just be a bit difficult to get the right amount of adrenaline going. So that'll probably just shape the Scottish girls up even more. They will be difficult to beat in the playoffs. Second attempt of a corner guard comes into the house from Czech Republic. Denmark not going to bother with it just now though. They're going to get rid of the one in front of the house instead. Isabella Clemensen. Makes an accidental nose hit. So still a corner guard in play for Czech Republic. Svatonyeva looking for the really perfect come around here.
Tænker lidt, hvis vi fjerner den der, så ligger der lige om lidt 3.
So Denmark now thinking if they get rid of the corner guard, Czech girls are going to have 3 stones in the house. So looking to get rid of the top yellow here. Just want to be careful not to jam it. And jams not in play, but complete miss is. I think we really are seeing some nerves from the Danish second player. It's like we heard Pia Lindholm say here earlier, when you've never played at this level before and you start feeling like it's a bit close, that nervous feeling just very easily creeps up on you.
Vi ligger med 2. Men det er bare Janni, der er ikke så mange sten tilbage. Lige om lidt ligger hun et eller andet bum, og så ligger der 3 af deres. Kun 11.
So this end has just been a real big struggle for both teams. And so far it's turning out to be in favor of Czech Republic.
Nebo že mám šanci ho dostat nějakým tukem do kruhu? Jako tukem mám ho tam šanci dostat, nebo ne? Ale já bych jako, než že jde o to hlavně, aby se otevřela a bylo by fajn být třetí.
Looking to play the angled raise here on the center guard, maybe roll over to cover the red-yellow combination. Would be a nice result, I think. Ambitious shot though, considering what we've seen so far in the end.
Yeah, well, when you're 5 shots down, now is the time to be ambitious. This one actually looking quite good.
Maybe too heavy.
I would love to stick around.
That was the whole point of it. Well,
don't really know why she played a hit weight on that one.
I'm guessing that wasn't intended.
So now a run back here for Denmark to sit 2.
Yeah, I didn't get to cover the run or even leave the yellow around. Super shot here from Mariana. So Denmark lie 2. Czech Republic looking to play the hit and roll. Haikova with her second shot here. Discussing things over with the 4th player, Janatova.
Hvis vi får rullet af, så har de ikke den der gå rundt om. Hvis vi får et eller andet med det, vi har inde nu. Please. Vi kan vel også være god på det. Men det er fordi, vi ruller af. Enten så ruller Bella igen på gammel, eller så ruller Jenny igen på gammel.
Here you see the coach's bench. It's the coach to the right, Karl Kubeska.
Yeah, he's been working with Czech curling for a long, long time, and he has definitely done a very good job. The Czech girls have really made progress in the past couple of years.
Yeah, got the silver last year. And Östersund losing out to Hannah Fleming's team from Scotland. Certainly want to be back in the playoffs and try again for gold.
Haikova would love to get a good roll here. Maybe just overswept it a little bit, but still a very good result. Denmark certainly can see a lot of it.
Pretty nice roll. Do have the double run, but you don't want to be peeling off the guard here. So I think maybe if you play the double run, it's going to be really hard to not make contact with the yellow.
Skal ses 100%, altså men den er der. Vi hælder indlægget ovenpå. Jeg synes bare, det er så svært ud herfra.
So looking for a hack weight tap on the yellow shot. Option B might be to take off their own and down to the yellow at the back. But I think we're going to go ahead and execute option C here.
Straight through the house.
Yep.
Yeah, not even close actually. Just kind of opportunities bouncing back and forward here, as the Czech girls can now play a hit and roll to set 3. Big shot here for Janatova. Can she keep Czech Republic in the game? She can hit and roll here. They're going to look pretty good to scoring 3. She will wreck on the guard instead. But keeps her shooter. So sitting 1, but with 2 biters.
You might just play the double at the back here.
Yeah, I think you do. If Czech Republic get 2, it's not the end of the world. You don't want to leave them a chance of scoring 3 or 4.
I mean, even if you play the double here, I'm not sure where the Czechs are going to go.
Well, they can just draw the 8-foot for 2.
Oh, we're down to the last shot. Sorry, Sarah.
You're just trying to make me feel a bit smarter.
Yes.
Thank you.
But yeah, I think call is to make the double nonetheless. I think that's the thing that Stefan Briestel was talking about. If they ever would like to play the run, if they just split their own, that's a draw for 4, and that would be pretty horrendous for them. Play the double, lead the draw for 2, still be 3 points up with Hammer in 7th. And a really nice shot there.
skal ligge alt det der og rode, så jeg skal ud og lave et eller andet til sidst. Vi skal have styr på de der clearinger. Altså, så må hun skulle hellere køre forbi, end at blive liggende med så meget.
Yeah, last stone of the 6th end, and Janatova has a chance to score 2 here if the sweepers can draw this into the 8 foot.
Oh, this one's pulling up short, I think, Sarah.
Yeah, so will only be the score of 1 for Czech Republic. And really a missed opportunity. And sigh of relief for Denmark. They were looking in trouble for a while that end, but they will still definitely be controlling this game, leading after 6 ends, 7 shots to 3.
Men det er jo ikke en clearing. Lotte, gør klar. Yes. Men dem er jeg egentlig ligeglad med. Altså problemet er clearingen, for havde vi fået clearet den der, så kunne hun ikke ligge ned. Og så ligger den der ikke, så skal hun tage stilling til det, der er i huset, eller komme med en garde igen. Men jeg kan ikke gøre noget, når de først enten både på jeres, I skifter lidt til at komme til at stå lige på. Altså når de først er driftet, så er jeg nødt til at give op, altså, og så håbe på, at den så køler for meget. Altså, så vi prøver vores bedste, og så ser vi, om det ikke lykkes nu. God fart der, altså.
Elzbieta Vladisova. 65%, that's not really the numbers you would like to have from your lead. I think you should be above 80. And 70 is probably the lowest you want to go.
Very nice center guard there, though. Nice and close and on the center line.
Now, I feel like both teams might be struggling a little bit on time, though. 4 ends to play, and both teams have a bit less than 7 minutes.
Yeah, definitely looking better if you're Denmark right now, because you know that you're going to be throwing a couple of peels down there. They are definitely faster than guards and draws, which is basically the only thing you're going to throw if you're Czech Republic.
Kom igen, Lotte.
Not the ideal spot for the first thread, back at the 12. I thought we might be seeing double center guards, but they're drawing around the center. Looking heavy as well. Might just have to freeze the back red here. Might be even too heavy for that.
Why would you want to see double center guards here?
Well, you're 4 down with 4 ends to go. You gotta make sure you have stones in play. Although we haven't seen the Danish be very defensive, and they have struggled a lot with their peels. So maybe Czechs feels that that one center guard is good enough to either steal or force here. If you do force Denmark, you'll be 5 down. Then you'll have to score 3, force again, score 2.
If you force again, you're going to have to score 3 2 times.
To win it, yeah. Sorry.
No, to tie it.
To tie it, you have to score 2 times. Ugh. Look at
We are
difficult then.
commentators, not mathematicians.
Oh, yes.
Oh, and it's pretty obvious.
I should have used my calculator for that one.
Still makes a nice draw, though. Maybe a bit deeper than you would have wanted, because Czechs and lock one on here. They might be looking good for a steal.
So would you prefer just to steal for the last 4 ends then?
I think, well, do you want to steal or you want to take double threes?
I think you want to steal. You might even be able to steal 2 here.
Yeah, especially when you're playing a team like Denmark right now. They're not really being very defensive, so you might have quite a good chance of stealing.
So, just updating you on the other games. Sweden took it 2 in the sixth end. They now lead 6 shots to 2 over Switzerland. As you see, Isabella Clemensen struggle a wee bit at 25%. And she's just going to be so unlucky. I mean, she hasn't had the best game, but certainly she's just been making shots like that so many times. Just feathering guards and just being like half an inch off the peels. Just
so important now with your team dynamics when you have one player that's obviously having a really tough day. You have to be very good at, you know, giving each other that type of energy. You have to help each other. And this might be one of the things where we see Denmark not with a lot of experience. They might not really know what to do with this situation. Because if you are going to come in and then play a tiebreaker, which is going to be another really hard game, you need everyone on the team to feel comfortable.
I think you're right, Sarah. It feels like Skip Stephanie Riesel is really dominant, and just hear the rest of the girls being very quiet. And certainly when things aren't going so well, it doesn't seem like Stephanie's maybe stepping up to cheer up the team, and they're just kind of left on their own and not being able to cope with the pressure.
We'll remove the yellow stones off the forefoot now, though.
Yeah, that looked like a better shot. Have opened up a situation a little, but there's still a couple center guards though for the Czechs. As I'm just going to tell you that the game between USA and Japan is tied for each, the same as the game between Canada and Norway for each.
So important come around here for Haikova. And some really good line. Just get it as far down as possible, so it's just top forefoot and very nice.
Run back is made perfect. Bayana, she's made a couple of good ones in this game, I think.
Yeah, she's made a couple of really nice doubles and run backs. Really getting Denmark out of trouble.
Yeah, sometimes you don't have to play all your shots well, just gotta make a couple of the really tough ones perfect. Key shots.
Haikova needs to repeat her last one. This one looking like it's hanging higher on line. We'll come down and set shot, even though it is back of the tee line.
I think you just peeled the guards here, really.
So what would be the reason for peeling the guard? Please tell us.
Just open things up, and probably believe a better chance of scoring. It should be an easier shot as well. So it might just be over curling, and I think they're looking for option B, and that's a run back. And that's good line call by Stephanie. I think they were looking for the peel. Maybe they were playing the run back. Not sure. Good result anyway.
Yes, either way, Denmark sitting 3.
Well, I say good result. The Czechs do have the freeze again.
Yep, it's behind the T-line. Janatova need to be perfect here if she wants an opportunity of stealing the 7th end.
Looking big for line. Got to get some swing at the end here. Cannot be heavy either. Just a perfect weight. Just needed to curl a couple of inches more. Good chance to make a play on it though with our last. Denmark might just be looking to guard it.
Yeah, well, the little we've seen of Stephanie Riesdahl, she might be tempted to remove it too.
Hvad? Ja, helt sikkert. Retning, ikke fart. Retning.
Yeah, certainly if she does play the guard here, it looks difficult for the Czechs to make a play for shot. Might just have to play a tap on their own yellow there to the right.
And that's definitely a very difficult tap.
A difficult shot, and you won't get a good angle onto your freeze. Stephanie Riesdahl looking for the guard. So a little bit heavy, I think. And it might just be over curling as well. Do not want to expose the yellow. And I think she's left a shot for the Czechs here. So, do you try and come to the face of it, or do you just try and catch a quarter here and roll away?
Well, the most important thing is absolutely that you tap it for shot. So I think the easiest shot is maybe to just catch it a little bit on the outside and push it in. Do you think you can come to the face of it, Sander?
It looks really tough, and you might just leave a double. But if you just catch a quarter and roll away, Stephanie might be able to see enough of it to pick it. Got to make sure to make contact. Might have overthrown this one. No, maybe not.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, perfect. And rolls away. Good shot by Janatova. Maybe they were looking to come to the face of it, but I think this is a really good result.
If Denmark can just see a piece of this and just play it out to the side.
Det er et svært skud, men jeg kan ikke komme til at give hende andet. Den sætter
I think it might just be worth having a go with the peel. Looking at the rotten double as well.
Kan du følge mig? Laver jeg denne her, så sætter den sig deri alligevel. Og så har de en alligevel, for jeg ruller selv af. Skal jeg komme til at lave noget rod på denne her?
Looks like it just might jam at the back. Gotta catch it really thin. What's the other options?
En lille smule herover af, men jeg råber med.
Well, they are looking at the double run
Yeah.
here, and it's also the option that they are going for.
Jeg kan ikke skade på at lave den der. Altså, har I andet? Jeg kan ikke bare splitte den ud, for den
This
sætter
might
sig.
just be the only chance
Jeg skal sige det på noget, hvis I har noget.
for Denmark to give up two, though. I'm not sure it's lying third. Very yellow.
Oh, I'm not sure either. It looks pretty close.
Don't think you're going to give up two.
No, probably not.
I was just looking for a way to tie this game up and make it interesting.
Even at 2 wouldn't tie it up, though.
No. Quite a bit closer.
Make it closer. Oh, but here to really finish the game, Stephanie Riesdahl, last stone of the 7th end, double race.
Gotta be close. Maybe not that close. Still one for the Czech Republic. They're sneaking their way back into the game.
Yep, now 3 shots down with 3 ends to go, or maybe 4 ends to go.
Men vi får ikke noget ud af at lave dem, fordi de kan gå ned på. Så det kan godt være, at det ikke pissegodt spillet, og du får gode procenter.
And for all your Swedish fans out there, I'll be happy to know that Sweden was able to force Switzerland to take a 1. They have now a 3-point lead with last stone in the 8th end. So looking in
That's right.
control. And Canada just took a big 4 in the 8th end against Norway, and now it's 8 shots to 4. USA plays Japan, still 4 each there. Yet to play the 8th end.
Yeah, USA has hammer in the 8th.
Well, this will be the last junior game for Miranda Solom. And maybe a couple of the others on the team. He would like to finish on a good note, I believe. So a couple of guards here would certainly help the Czech Republic. And that's a nice one.
Yep, need to pick up a couple of more steals here.
Aldrig på retning! Sejr! Ja! Ja! Hele vejen! Ja! 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 Pia, ja! Vil du ved?
So this one looking short on weight. It will actually just be another center guard that the Czechs can use.
Awesome! 9! 9! 10! Co? Brzdí? Brzdí, ale málo.
Oh, and Alžbeta really struggling here. Going to put that one through the house.
8 bag.
So Denmark going to draw again. They could even peel their own guard here if they want to be defensive. But still just looking to keep the pressure on and scoring more points. So Charlotte Clemensen is going to
Aldrig på retning! Aldrig!
try and maybe add another meter weight onto this and
Ja, aldrig!
get it into the house.
Ja, ro! Ja, aldrig! Vær klar på vores, spiller. Klar på vores. Klar på vores, spiller!
End up going for the split instead. Won't make it. So still 2 center guards, 1 corner. And this time it's Svatonyova. That's looking to get a good one in there.
Hodně místa! Hodně místa! 4! Hodně místa! Hodně místa! 3!
Big team effort here to try and drag it into the rings. Line coming down nicely now, so it's just a question of how far they can go, and the answer will be just into the 8 foot. And Isabella Clemenson now going to play the double run. They are very close together though, so not too difficult.
There we go. I'd say that would be a pretty nice shot.
Yeah, definitely. Opens things up a little bit.
Sets for shot as well. But the Czechs are going to call the center guard here.
Yes, and what's the reason for that?
Well, they need to find some cover in the end. There's no real way to hide their stones now. They could come around the red one, but you don't want to make a move too early. Hopefully you might see the Danish girls miss the peel and they'll have even more cover. The Czechs just needs to sneak around and hide everywhere.
Yep, sneaking and hiding the mission for the Czech Republic here in this game against Denmark, as Isabella Clemenson wants to peel off this guard and roll away to make sure, of course, that there will be no sneaking and hiding. She'll stick around, manages not to jam the yellow, but now the guard is in play, so Haikova is going to draw around it.
Yeah, that was more or less the worst thing that could happen.
Er du okay, Lotte?
This one's looking really good. Just need to drag it a bit further.
Sits for shot, but with that little roll, did they roll into the open?
Altså, der er enten denne her,
Either way,
og så sidder vi med 2 eller
it's pretty much no separation between those, so if Yannick Undry can just hit that red, probably the yellow will go flying as well.
Du kan godt lide at lade garden blive. Ikke mere end i, Janni.
Gets rid of the yellow. Leaves the same draw again for Haikova. So we've seen this quite a bunch of times when the same player get the same draw twice. Second one is just heavy.
Yeah, the first one they're like
De ligger.
almost there with sweeping the whole way, and then they feel like maybe resting their sweepers, putting a bit more on it, and it's all, yeah, just a bit too much.
Yeah, when playing for tiebreakers, it's not the time to rest your sweepers. Just let them work.
Denmark's going to call the timeout
Jeg
here.
tror, det er det forkerte, at vi ikke fjerner. Altså, vi ikke forstår, at den midt skal være åben til min. Og jeg bliver træt af, at jeg ikke bare tager den beslutning. Men hvis jeg fjerner den her, nu tvinger det hende jo til at lave et eller andet. Så tager hun sikkert den der, så facer jeg 3 alene. Og det går fandme ikke, at jeg skal blive ved med at se på 3, altså. Og skal lave et eller andet perfekt indlæg. Men hvad har vi ellers? Altså, jeg kan virkelig ikke se det.
So here you see the Danish coach, Helena Black Larsen, coming to bring some wisdom to the team.
Den synes jeg ser alt for svær ud. Ja. Jeg tænker bare, hvis jeg tager denne her og kommer til at stå lige på der, så drager hun rundt igen og ligger med 2. Ja, men det er rimelig svært for mig at få 2 ud med 1 sten. Så jeg tænker, garden der, så skal hun altså lave et eller andet. Og så, hvis hun slår på den, så må jeg slå. Ja, okay. Ja. Ja, i 8,5, 8.
So I think the consensus here is to peel the center guard.
Any thoughts on that call? Sand or the ice?
I think that's pretty good. It's surely going to leave her a shot to score. That's the most important thing, although she's a bit worried about maybe facing 3 Czech counters. That's the one I was looking at. The catcher. Could have been a bonus, but no. So, Janatova going to come around the red one. Important shot here. It's very easy to say that the 4th stones are important, but certainly is. Needs to get a good draw here to set up the Czechs for a steal.
Yeah, obviously some shots are going to be more important than others, and especially the ones where you really have the chance of putting pressure on your opponent.
So it's going to be a bit short, and they'll just have to leave the center guard. Maybe not the worst option. Certainly better than being heavy.
Yeah, definitely. It means that you're probably going to have a draw again with your last.
Yep, either the out-turn draw or maybe even the tap on your own yellow, all depending on what Stephanie does here. Because she's going to draw. So I think if you don't have to be fully buried here, you can leave it pretty open. They might be able to use it later. The important thing here is not to come deep. Even top 8 here is pretty good.
Yeah, top 8 would make it difficult for the Czechs to get a better one in there.
Top 8, you might see the Czechs try and play the top on the white yellow, and then you can make a play on your well, on Stephanie's first red here. You really don't want to come into the 1 foot. Looking heavy here. This one's going to come all the way to the back, I think. That's a poor communication. Could at least drag that one down onto the hill.
Yeah, but still, said before the shot, the only really important thing here is to be in front of the tee line, and not really close there from Riisdal.
Altså, men det går sgu ikke. Er I stress over stenene? Altså, hvis vi fik en toer nu, så er det rimelig meget. Men det kan jeg ikke nu, hvis hun ligger rundt. Så kan de blive ved med at stille, fordi han lort til sidst.
Well, this one's going to over curl. Oh no, that's a big chance for Janatova, and she can't make it. And what is Stephanie left with here? I think she might be able to tap this yellow one to score 2.
Yeah, she should see about half, and it really curls back there.
Ved du, hvor jeg skal gives til barnet? Indlægget 100%. Er den lang, Lotte, så er det bare at gå.
So a bit scared that she might miss the tap for 2. They're just going to play the draw for 1.
Altså, jeg siger det bare. Har de råd til at stjæle en?
Yeah, well, I think it's... It's just as likely to miss the draw, I think.
Yeah, so you might as well just go for the shot that gives you the best result.
And I just saw Sara McManus play a really nice end off to score 2 against Switzerland.
And here's the last stone of the 8th end. And looks like they're coming down to tap for 2 anyway. But hanging wide though. Oh, she will get it, and a score of 2 for Denmark.
Sorry to cut away to Sweden there. It was just an amazing shot from the skip to score 2. And seems like they've shaken hands. Sweden still in the running for a gold.
Yes.
And Denmark picks up 2 here in our future game. Also looking strong for a playoff spot. So 5 shots down. 2 ends to go.
Are you surprised to see the Czech girls still in this?
Well, if you look at the scoreboard, Denmark has 10 minutes and 46 seconds to play the 2 final ends.
So do you think they're hoping to run them out of time?
Either that or just make them panic. We've seen a lot of teams just panic this week because they're running out of time.
Yeah, really have. It just seems like when teams get in a bit of a hurry, they just throw their stones faster, which means that we've seen a lot of misses and a lot of draws through the house. Seems like Denmark really realizing the fact that they have a time issue here, though. Probably going to see some more defensive shots.
So Denmark are just going to throw their first two red ones through. Keep it clean.
Save a bit of time.
Finally. It's been some really messy ends for them.
Yeah, it definitely seems like offense is the way to go for Denmark, and they're sticking to it no matter what. But I think we're going to see them throw some peels now.
This corner guard is going to slip into the rings.
They need to score, what would you say, 3 at least, Czech Republic, to have a chance of scoring 2 in the final end, or stealing 2.
Yeah, it's like gonna have to get 3 here. If there's any use playing an extra end. Or I mean,
The final
one more end. Let's do one end at a time, Sarah.
Yes, it's all that you and I can really handle. So just going to put up a second corner guard, or maybe even looking for the freeze here. But the guard works.
Norway took 2 back against Canada in the 9th end. Score there now is 8 shots to 6 for Canada, with last stone in the 10th end. USA also took 2 in the 8th. They have a 2-point lead on Japan. They're currently playing the 9th, and it's looking pretty clean out there. Miranda Solom is going to remove the only yellow in the house. Japan having 1 stone left. So you might just have to take 1 or blank the end.
Yep, and a little wobble here from Svatonyova out of the hack, but she's just going to try and replace the corner guard. And of course it's a peel from Janne Gundry. Just keeping it clean here in the 9th end. Looking like a good end for Denmark so far. We'll remove the yellow, roll it to the side, so still leaving a guard, and Haikova gonna start coming around.
Det er fint. Bare gå ned og gør dig klar. Hvad? Ja, det er clearing.
It's got to be close. Well, on and off with a line call. Just going to drag it deep. That's fine. Just needs to get this one hidden. I think that's good. Allows room for plenty of more Yellowstones.
Yep, and plenty is what they are aiming for.
There we go. Super shot removed. Will remove both guards and slide through into the house.
Det må seriøst ikke stresse på den måde, så vi spiller dårligt. Altså, men det er da klart, de spiller videre, fordi vi har...
But they are checked a little bit, so might be an opportunity for Haikova to just sneak another one in here.
Men altså, vi har klaret det, og nordmændene har klaret det med 5 minutter tilbage, hvor de skulle spille
Well,
offensivt, så...
just gotta be a ninja to do that.
2 minutter på denne her indlæg. Prøv at doble ned i. I hvert fald få den der væk. Hellere på ydersiden, Lotte. Altså herover. Nej, hellere der.
So if Restall can just get rid of this, she will be at least 2 points up in the last end. Oh, but she won't.
No, that's a big miss right there. A chance for the double. Only remove one of her own reds. Leave both the Czech stones in play. And the Czechs are looking at a split here. A good chance to score 3 here. Just tap their own top yellow here in behind the reds. Roll to the left. And that shouldn't leave a double for Stephanie Riesdahl. So again, it's up to Janatova here to make it for the Czech girls. Maybe just tight on line here. Needs to make sure of the top. How does it look? Looking pretty good. Tapping it behind. Bowling in for third. That's a super shot.
3. Yeah, that's a beauty from Janatova. Talking about being a ninja, there you go. And here you see it again. It's an absolute beauty.
Så er vi op med 2. Prøv den der om igen her. Rammer en tynd på, så der. Prøv at tage den tynd på.
So, gotta make sure to remove one yellow, but I think they might be looking at the double here. What you can't do is just flash this one and give up 4.
No, even if you don't get the double, you can still get a good roll in here, maybe.
Yeah, roll and lie for second, maybe.
Second. Not sure if she could rub off the red and fly shot. Don't think that's there.
Whoa, is not good. Will it make contact with the yellow?
Oh, and she'll get the other double instead.
Oh, my lord.
Lucky there for Denmark. That probably just saved them the game.
Could have been disastrous. So close to leaving Janatova a draw for 4. Really ballsy to go for the thin double. But still a draw for 2 though. I think you might just see the Czech girls try and steal 3 in the 10th. But first, fourth player Janatova needs to make this draw. 9th end, last shot. looks to be in control of this. The sweepers comes into the forfeit. 2 yellows, and I don't think they're going to give up right here. It's been a long battle. And I think the Danish girls saved some time in that end as well. 6 minutes, 12 seconds left to play the 10th end. That should be enough for a team that's looking to peel.
Yeah, definitely. And we also just saw Canada finishing off in a strong way here. They beat Norway 8 shots to 6. Meanwhile, Japan took 1 in the 9th end, and they are now looking to steal, trailing USA by 1 point without hammer in the last. Or in the 10th, you never know if it's the last. And of course, back on our sheet, you see Elżbieta Wojciechowska and Czech Republic. They need to steal 3 to take this game to an extra.
Really important for the lead to step up here and put the guards in play. I think we're going to get the long one first, although it's going to slide a bit too far. It's going to be pretty much halfway. Stephanie's called a tech shot here.
Yep, if you're a lead, you're not allowed to hit stones in front of the house, but you are allowed to move them, so take shots basically just means that you play back ring, hack or board weight and try and move them to the side.
And of course roll your shooter away as well. And the checkers are looking to sweep this one out of play. If it touches the bumper, they'll be able to replace it. And so they will.
So another guard here would probably like this closer to the rings and pretty much for the same line. More separation and the more exacting line, the more difficult it'll be to make a double. And even if you make the double, then the shooter will still be there as a center guard. So. This one seems really wide. They're just going to sweep it by and through. So time to start coming around. They are going to need to hide 3 stones in there, so might as well get started.
Even though if your center guards aren't perfectly lined up, it's not a good option to come and lie the third one, because you potentially you'll potentially set up an easier double, even a treble for that matter. So you come into the house here, hope for a peel, and then you'll maybe be able to replace the center guard in an even better spot. Got to make sure this one comes deep. So not quite to the top of the 4, but not in the bad spot for the Czechs. Still room for them to come around that stone. Looking pretty close here.
Yep, and that'll roll out too, so Leaves the center guard, but one less stone for the Czech girls in the house. So Svatonyova would like to come a bit deeper with this one. Leave themselves room to put a couple more in there.
Looking a lot better here. That's a super draw.
Yep, and another attempt at doubling away the guards here. Over Carlson again. Get second prize, move the shot stone away. And another nice come around. Big question is still out there. Can Czech Republic steal 3?
Just going to rub off the guard here. That's unfortunate. Let's move over the center guard ever so slightly though. So the Czechs are not being able to put these yellows on a line. Stephanie Riesdahl might just have an open hit to win the game.
Yeah, just most important thing is to at least sit 3 before she plays her last stone. And then just cross your fingers.
Not very solid numbers for Iveta Janatova in this game.
eksempel. Så tag en lige på. Ja.
So just looking to remove one here. If she can do that, she will at least have an open hit on her last. So we'll get rid of one right there, and the Czech girls are gonna need to play the takeout as well. And then there's nothing to do but hope.
Not the easiest shot, really, here for Janatova.
Altså, jeg skulle herover på dem.
Looking pretty close. That's a very nice shot by Janatova. So they are lying 3. And they need 3 for the extra. Stephanie Riesdahl gonna find her way down to the hack to play her last shot.
Jeg skal bare have en ud.
Just needs to remove one yellow here.
Ja.
Last stone of the 10th end. Denmark need to get rid of one yellow. If they do that, they will win the game. And there you see it. Steal of one for Czech Republic will not be enough. Denmark's going to pick up the win. And that also means that we're going to have a whole bunch of tiebreakers. The way that the games went in this final round robin draw means that Czech Republic, Denmark, Sweden and Russia are all on 5 and 4. You can see the final scoreboard for the game here. Denmark 9, Czech Republic 7. Quite a nice comeback for the Czechs, but it wasn't enough. So the girls are going to be playing tiebreakers, but in the men's, it's already been decided. Canada is going to play Scotland in the page 1-2 game, and 3 and 4 were Russia and Sweden, so they are going to be playing tomorrow. It's the next game that you're going to be able to see here on the webcast. We will be coming to you live at 7 o'clock local time here in Sochi tomorrow evening. Be sure to join us then for some more exciting curling. Russia against Sweden tomorrow. Until then, stand by for interview and highlights.
So this was a win or go home situation for you. Did you feel the pressure out there?
Well, yeah, I felt the pressure totally because we come from 4 losses, so I was really worried about this game. But, well, we tried to focus on winning and take it easy because we knew that we were already in the World Juniors next year, so our first goal was already completed. So we felt pretty confident out there and just come out great from the first end. Yeah.
So you're in the tiebreakers now. How do you feel about how that's going to be for you?
Well, it's some teams that we already lost to, but I'm sure we're going to get a great fight with them. So we're going for revenge.
You told me earlier this week that you were going for gold. Is that still the goal for you?
Well, of course. Now we're getting hungry for the win. So, yeah. But, well, it's getting very difficult. I know that, but yeah, we're trying.
Are you going to focus and regroup for the next games?
Well, I think for now we have to be thankful for this game and talk about how it went good, and yeah, and then we're gonna recover and then see how it goes in a tiebreaker. I don't know who we're playing yet, so.
Okay, thank you. Good luck.
Thank you.
And back to you with the highlights of the game right here. First end, and Denmark starting off strong. Here's Stephanie Risdal with an out-turn draw to score 3. She will get it right there, and a really strong start for Denmark in the first end. Second end, Janatova needs a piece of the button to score 1. Denmark is sitting 2. And this one coming down just a bit too heavy. Denmark able to sweep it out, and they will steal 2 and lead the game 5 shots to nothing after 2 ends. Third end, another draw for Janatova, to this time to score a deuce. You see the sweepers just dragging it down here. They are going to put it right on the tee line and score of 2 for Czech Republic. Fourth end, and this time it's Denmark with a draw for 2, although it's very tight. They need a piece of the button here. And Clemenson and Gundry cannot really keep the line. They'll wreck on the top yellow, and just a score of 1 for Denmark there. So fifth end, Czech girls looking to hit this and thinking that it will score them 2, but just a miscalculation there, and it'll actually be a steal for Denmark, taking the game 6-2. So in the sixth end is another draw 4-2 here, and really important for Czech Republic. They will come up short and only score their 1. Seventh end, Czech Republic lying 1, and Stephanie Risdal looking for the double raise. Will catch this a bit too thin, and a steal for Czech Republic. Score now is 7 shots to 4 in favour of Denmark. Eighth end. This now being Stephanie Risdal's final shot. Needs to tap a backstone here, about a foot to score 2. And there you go, it's 2 for Denmark. Ninth end. Janatova with a draw for 2 to take this game to 9-6 lead for Denmark. She will find the forefoot right there, score 2, and will be trailing by 3 points in the last end. Czech Republic sitting 3 before Stephanie's final shot. She just needs to remove one of them. And you'll see it coming down there. Steal of one, but still a win for Denmark, 9 shots to 7. Handshakes, little wave. This means we're gonna get a whole bunch of tiebreakers, and there you see the final scoreboard for the game. Denmark 9, Czech Republic 7.